everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a kind of first impressions video. I don't know why I'm swinging. I'm going to do a first impressions video on something that, again, it's just something that I've heard that lots of people have kind of been talking about and kind of hyping up and things. So I ordered some and we'll see what's what. I don't really have any high expectations for this. So this is the Dermacol Film Studio Baron of Prague, that's obviously where it's from, makeup cover. So this is like a really really high coverage kind of foundation. People say use it as concealer, hides tattoos, hides your blemishes and things. It's got SPF 30 in it, and apparently it was used by makeup artists in Hollywood and things like that, but whether that's just like an advertising gimmick, I'm not entirely sure. I didn't really look that up. Anyway, suitable for all skin types. It's water resistant, dermatologically tested, hypoallergenic, blah blah blah. But anyway, yes, so it's a really high cover. I mean, I'd say foundation, but I don't know that I want to use it as like, I'll use it as foundation today just for the sake of it, but I think it's too high coverage for me. I have it here, I took it out of the box already. So I got shade 208, which is the lightest shade they have. I still have a feeling it's going to be quite kind of warm. I was going to say orange. Quite kind of warm for my skin, but we shall see. Yeah, I don't really know what I want to use this for, but just now I'll just see what it's like as foundation. So we'll see. We will see what it's like foundation wise, but I cannot see me using this as an everyday foundation. Maybe if I was doing some sort of, I don't know, really dramatic look or something that I needed like a mask basically, then maybe it would be good. But I don't know. But anyway, so it comes in a little gold tube like this, as you can see, and you need to use the cap to pop the little seal on it. So you can see kind of how thick this is. It's really, really thick stuff. I'll just put some in the back of my hand just now. So it says to use a sponge to use it, so I'm just going to use my beauty blender, which is totally broken, but let's just go with it. So it actually gives you instructions on how to use it, just in case it's any different from any other foundation. It says to apply their own makeup base, like their own primer, but I don't have that, so I'm just going to use my Benefit That Gal. So I'll just use this, just mush some of this in my face. I do already have my eye makeup done because I had my whole face done. I've just taken off my foundation that I had on already, just to try this out. And obviously you can see I do have quite a few kind of blemishes today, so let's see if this covers it. And as I've said before, I have very dry skin as well, so it'll be interesting to see whether it kind of clings to that. I hope not, but let's see. But again, as I said, I can't see me actually using this as my everyday foundation. I mean, I do use a full coverage foundation every day, but there's full coverage and then there's this, which is like really like will cover absolutely everything as far as I can gather. Just put a bit of this in my chin, and then let's try this out. So on the instructions it says to start from your forehead. I'm just finding the English version. It comes with like various languages, so oh god, I've lost it. Okay, it says tap the makeup onto the skin gently with the fingers or with a makeup sponge. Start the application on the forehead and continue towards the hairline and then downward along the cheeks to the chin line. Finish the application on your nose, cheeks and chin. Tone out the edges to eliminate any sharp colour transitions. I'm assuming that means blend them out. I don't know what tone them out means. Blend them out. Don't forget the neck. Well, let's see. So I'm going to use my sponge. In fact, should I use my fingers to kind of dot it on? This is what it looks like here. Still looks pretty warm for my skin tone. Looks kind of beige. I've just put that down my nose and it said do that last, but let's see. If I just dot it around and then maybe use the sponge to blend it out. I mean, I'm thinking you probably don't need too much of it. It seems to have gone a little bit softer actually since I put it on the back of my hand. It's kind of warmed up a little bit. But yeah, since it is such high cover, I would be inclined to say that you probably don't need too much of it. Let's just try this out and see. Whoa, yeah, that's high coverage. Not liking so far. I mean, if you like a really, really thick makeup, like really high coverage, then this is going to be great for you. So I'll just move my mirror out of the way. I don't know, I mean, it's blending really well so far. It's definitely mask-like. You know, it really, yeah, it's going to cover absolutely everything. Message. I'm just going to keep going with this, and then I'll come back to you once it's all blended in. So I've blended that all out, and this is what it looks like. I hope you can kind of see. I'll take a couple of close-up pictures. I definitely feel as though it's sitting in all my pores just here. And let me just see the mirror. Yeah, it's definitely sitting in all my pores here. Sitting in every line I have. I spent ages actually just kind of trying to blend it some more, because it is so thick. So this is with nothing else on the top yet. Like, no, there's no powder on this. I've got no blush on or anything yet, so it definitely kind of looks like a mask just now. I mean, yeah, it's covered everything. It is just so thick right now. I need to stop blending it because it's not going to happen. Anyway, for the purposes of trying it out properly, let's just continue. So I'm just going to put some powder over the top. This is like almost done. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte in number 3 Peach Glow. I'm just going to use my Real Techniques buffing brush, I can't speak, and just kind of try and, I don't know, I just want to kind of, it says this is matte, but I want to kind of just take some of the shine off of just under my eyes, kind of. Try and kind of buff it a little bit. I don't know if this foundation would have gone on better with a brush to really buff it in, but I mean, I usually like my sponge, my beauty blender for foundation, so can you see a difference here? This is without powder and this is with. I feel like it has kind of taken a little bit of that caked on look away. So I'll just go over some of the other bits that I feel like are really like thick makeup looking. I don't know, I mean, this is just not, I'm not used to makeup being this thick or this much coverage, even though I do use the MAC full coverage. I use it with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and I feel like I can kind of sheer it out to an extent, even though it's a full coverage foundation. Like, if I don't build it up too much, then, you know, it still looks fairly natural. But this one, like, you saw how much I used. I didn't add any additional product once I turned the camera off to blend it all in, so there wasn't much. That was like a tiny amount, and I feel like there's no option to sheer this out. Like, you put it on and it is proper full coverage, kind of no matter what you do. This looks a bit better actually now that I've kind of buffed it in a bit with my brush. It's not terrible, it really, yeah, it's not terrible. If you like this level of coverage, then you'll probably like this. It hasn't stuck to any of my dry patches any more so than anything else, than any other foundations. So I'll just put a bit of blush on as well, because I feel like I kind of look a bit dead just now. So I'm just going to put on this Tarte blush in Captivating. This is the Amazon in Clay one. Just a big fluffy brush, just to give me a bit of colour. Yeah, still look kind of dead though. This is with no bronzer or contour or anything. So yeah, it does what it says. It covers all the blemishes. I mean, obviously you're never going to cover like the shape of the blemish, but I feel like it has definitely covered like the redness. I will wear this blush looks really harsh actually on this now. I will wear this and see if it settles into like lines and things, because I feel like it's settling into lines under my eyes already. And yeah, I'm concerned that it's going to start moving around and just kind of settling into lines and stuff. So anyway, so this is what it looks like. This is it. And yeah, it does what it says. It's really thick. It's probably, I mean, I can't really feel it heavy on my face or anything, but I am used to wearing, as I said, the MAC full coverage, so I'm used to a heavier foundation on my face anyway. So it doesn't really feel heavy to me, but if you're not used to wearing a full coverage foundation, then it will feel heavy. If you're not used to wearing full coverage, then I wouldn't recommend you get this without maybe building up to full coverage, because if you go from something like a tinted moisturiser or a BB cream or something like that, or even something like MAC Face and Body or that kind of consistency of foundation with that kind of coverage, if you go from that to this, you're going to see a huge difference, and you will feel the weight of the foundation on your face. And so yeah, but if you're used to a full coverage foundation but you want something even more full coverage, if you feel like you've got a lot of blemishes, if you have discoloration or things like that, and you just want something that's going to just completely cover absolutely everything, then this is probably going to be quite good for you. I will keep wearing this, and I will type down below how I got on. I might actually film a little bit later on and just see how this is kind of held up. It is, what time is it just now? It is 1:59 just now. So did you see that? Yeah. So I will see how it holds up and get back to you probably in a few hours. Actually, that's probably the best way to do it. Just come back to you and I'll see how it is held up with the day. So I will see you in a bit. So the time is now 4:22 and I'm going to have to take this off. It feels so disgusting. Let me just try and kind of get up close for you. Can you see just like nose area? It's just settled into every little dip in my nose, and it's stuck all around like dryness around my nose, and it looks disgusting. It's settled. Ooh, I'm trying to drop you. It's all settled into lines in my forehead as well, and it just looks so gross now. Yeah, it's just, you can see it just all settled into lines. It's really accentuating any lines I've got under my eyes. My nose just looks absolutely disgusting. It feels horrible. Ugh. I'm going to go wash it off, but that's what I thought of it. So overall, yeah, I mean, it looked alright when it was first on. It is really thick coverage, like I said, but if you like that kind of thing, then great, fine, good. But for me, it's just settling into every little line and pore and everything in my skin. It just makes it look really disgusting. So I don't know, maybe I'll like fiddle about with it and try and use even less than I already did, or even just try it as a concealer. But I mean, if it's creasing this much just under my eyes, even just I kind of like coverage when I used it as foundation, then I don't really have any high hopes of it being any good as an under eye concealer or anything. Sorry, that's my son. So yeah, I'm not really that impressed with it. I'll keep trying maybe some point. I don't know. I will probably use it again, because I'm not just going to diss it just because of one application, you know. So we'll see, but not really that impressed. That was what it was. This is it. This is what it looked like. So make up your own mind. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.